Hi friends, WNY Lifer here. Why do we as humans do what we do? It's said we do things because of two different reasons. Either love or fear. What do I mean by that? Love or fear? Love for our fellow man, love of our family, friends, love of people that we work with, or fear. We're afraid that something bad's going to happen to us, something's not going to come out our way, and we want to try and prevent something bad happening to us. Well, so when I got into reloading, I got into it because of I had some milsurp rifle that I wanted to start reloading for, and also for my hunting rifles. And I was never really a pistol guy, but I recently got my concealed carry permit, and so I started to I've already got the equipment for reloading, so I've started experimenting with reloading for 45 ACP and 9mm. Just a little disclaimer here. I am not an expert. I am not a gunsmith. I am not a reloading person. Sorry, that's my dog. So any reloading you do at your own risk. Follow the manufacturer's loading data. And always trim your cases. Please, please, please. If you read in the Lee manuals, first thing it says, trim your cases for safety. There's some arguments for that with guys that like to leave long cases for their rifles or whatever. But I would say for pistol stuff, please trim your cases. Okay, so back to why should we reload 9mm? It's such a small round. It's so cheap to buy at Kmart or Walmart or whatever mart that you might pick your ammunition up at. To me, there is some fear there. I remember back in the Obama years, 2008, even really after his announcement, election was announced, gun stores in my area of Western New York here were just out of guns and ammunition of every type. Sophie, go on, please. So, I went to our R&D department here, and I dug up some data, on ammunition availability throughout the recent presidencies, and you can see here, during the Clinton years, you could get some ammunition. It was available, and then during the George W. Bush years, there's a little more. He was sort of a gun-friendly president, and people were feeling good, and there was no panic buying. And then you get to the Obama years, you can see, pretty clearly here. This is pretty damning evidence that there was almost none. This is the none line. This is none, this is some, and this up here being a lot. Right now we're in sort of a good time for buying ammunition. In the DJT years here. So it's been good. You can see clearly that this is good, and those years were bad. So my point here is, do you fear, maybe the next president or the next Congress, passing some laws that you can see what's kind of going on in California right now with the ammunition. starting to put certain restrictions on and who can sell and who can't. And you know, I don't live in a free state either, and so at times ammunition can be hard to get, or it has been in the past. So getting back to, you know, do I love to do this? I'm kind of a mechanical, you know, somewhat quasi engineering type, tactile type person. I enjoy, you know, I enjoy this. I enjoy working with metal. I enjoy, you know, building things, and so for me, that's part of the enjoyment. Um, what are some other reasons you might do this? Do you love to do it? Are you a prepper? You know, during the prepper movement, which is still sort of going on, but I think you're seeing that taper off a little bit. I think people are, but anyway, you know, are you a prepper? Do you want to just be able to have ammunition that you can make if some stupid law were passed or something? Um, Saving money? Maybe. Um, these are some berries bullets that I bought. I believe I bought these from Midway USA. You can get these for, you know, 8 to 11 cents a round, plus your delivery costs, you know, which is, they can be, you know, quite expensive to have delivered to your house. The brass, I'd never buy brass. I always pick up my range brass. I pick up other people's range brass. I go to my local range on days off sometimes and pick up brass. I don't have a tumbler. I don't, you know, I just basically wash these in a Dawn dishwashing liquid and vinegar solution, and just clean them and deprime them, and just clean the brass. I don't tumble them, you know. I don't go to that extent. I'm doing all this on a budget. That I know some guys are really picky about their brass. But anyway, I don't do that. So, am I saving money? Probably. I didn't go through any calculations of, you know, payback or whatever. You got to buy the press, which I already had. You got to buy the dies. I didn't calculate the cost of any of that stuff and how long it would take to pay back. You know, over my lifetime, I'm going to recoup that at some point. You know, cost of your powder here. For these, I use Hodgdon Tight Group. You can use HP 80. I know there's some other really good pistol powders out there, but I'm sort of a newbie at this. I'm more familiar with rifle powder, so I've gotten good results with Tight Group. So are you going to save money? Maybe. You're probably going to shoot more, which is what I find. I've increased my range time from going maybe once a month to maybe once a week, or once every 2 weeks. So I'm shooting more, and when I go there, I shoot more ammunition. Before I might have shot maybe 25, 50 rounds. Now maybe I'll shoot 100. So the other thing you got to figure into that too is your time. What do you put value on? You know, your time is worth some money. So let's say you're a tradesman and your time is worth 25 or 30 or 35 bucks an hour. So you're down here, if it takes you an hour and a half to make 100 rounds of 9, you know, figure that cost in. I don't look at it that way though. For me, it's more of a fun thing to do and something that I like to do. Up here where we live, the winters can get long. You're looking for stuff to do inside. So perfect time, you know, get your recipe down and load up a bunch of these rounds once you get your recipe down. Here's one of the main reasons though, and I am not a good pistol shooter. My groups, when I started reloading my ammunition and finding a recipe that worked for me, my groups just, now this is 5 yards. This is 28 shots. 5 yards with my carry pistol is a Ruger LC9S, which I'm really starting to like. I was a 1911 carrier for a while, and I wanted something smaller, so I went to 9. This group astounded me because when I first started shooting the small pistol, I was, if I could hit a 9-inch group, I was happy. This I couldn't argue with the results of this. Hand loads versus factory ammunition. I can give you the recipe on this. Again, it's tough to find load data for berries bullets because they're plated. You can't load them like FMJ rounds. You can't load them like lead rounds. Some people say load them like lead. I think that's a bad idea. So try and get out there, get on the gun boards, get on Barry's website, get on wherever you can find information. The formula I finally came up with was these 115 grain Barry's plated bullets. Not the these are just the flat nose, flat bottom. 4.2 grains of tight group, and overall case length of 1.140. If you're interested, again, might not be what's good for your gun. I'm not an expert. If your gun blows up, don't call me and blame me. But that is really the thing that influenced me the most on that I want to continue reloading 9. Can I buy it cheaper? Yes. But for me, it's kind of a labor of love, and it's something to pass the time during the winter. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave some comments if you want. If you can help somebody else out. And we're kind of, we're all in this together, so hopefully I've given you some good ideas to chew on, and hope you get some enjoyment out of the video. Peace.